This is a video if your low back has been bothering you, maybe after a long flight or a lot of studying or working. It's really nice to just get it all stretched out and also stretch out other parts of our body that might be causing that tension. So I really hope you enjoy and that you feel better after. Thank you. We'll get started on our lower back flow in a forward fold. So take a nice bend in the knees, fold forward, let the head hang heavy, and just take a gentle rock side to side, trying to bring your weight forward into your toes instead of totally in your heels, and taking as deep of a bend in the knees as you need. We're now going to take this fold into a twist. So plant your left hand down, take a deep bend in the left knee, and reach the right arm into the sky. If it feels okay in your neck, you can get a nice stretch in the neck by gazing up towards your fingers. But if that doesn't feel good, it's okay to look down. And we'll take that on the other side, planting the right hand down, bending the right knee, and lifting the left arm up to the sky. Really trying to keep the weight even between your 2 feet. And on your next exhale, release both hands down to the mat. Then slowly roll all the way up to stand. And inhale the arms up overhead, taking a slight back bend as you really squeeze through the glutes. And then opening the arms into a T shape. And then interlacing the hands behind the back to really open the chest, maybe gazing back behind you, and then taking that into a forward fold, but with the hands still clasped. So you're really stretching out the shoulders here. Only go as deep as feels good. You can try to keep the palms together or let the hands open to create a little bit more space. And on your next inhale, we're going to come out just the way we came in, all the way up to that standing shoulder rinse, opening the arms up through that cactus T shape, and then bringing the hands overhead. And then exhale, slowly forward fold back down, really imagining that low back spreading and relaxing. And using your breath to help release any tension. And we're going to take that twist again, bending the left knee, planting the left hand down, right arm to the sky. Letting the breath be nice and steady, breathing in and out through the nose. And then switching sides, planting the opposite hand down, lifting the other hand up to the sky. And then coming back through center, bending the knees and lifting up a few times, just taking any natural movement you might need, like walking the legs before coming down into a tabletop position. Begin with some cat-cows, letting the belly drop and the gaze lift, and then rounding the spine and tucking the chin. Keep pushing the hands down, fingers spread wide, as you inhale to cat and exhale to cow. Taking these movements at your own pace and really trying to let the movement originate from the low back. Then go ahead and kind of do a side stretch by gazing over the right shoulder. And then take that on the other side as well, moving side to side at whatever speed feels good to you, just allowing this side to side movement to really stretch you out. And then we're going to move into puppy pose. So keep the hips where they are, the hips still over the knees, and then lengthen the arms out in front of you, letting the chin or the forehead come to the ground. And only go as far as feels good. This is a really good stretch for the low back. And then slowly push down through the forearms to come out of it. And we'll come into Sphinx pose. So now the shoulders are over your bent elbows. And take the legs a little further apart. When the legs are wider, it helps open up any pressure in the low back. And let the gaze just be long in front of you as you keep breathing in and out through the nose. Even when your belly is constricted like in this pose, keep the breath nice and steady. And on your next exhale, come down into child's pose, taking the knees wide, the toes together, letting the arms come forward and the forehead come down. Really energetically lengthening through the spine, and imagine your hips coming down to the heels and really stretching the fingertips long in front of you, creating as long of a line as you can. And keep deepening the breath. Next, we'll move into another version of child's pose, this time with the knees together, the forehead down, and the arms long by the side, palms facing up. This offers more support in the back, which can also help release any pressure. And from there, slowly roll up to a seat, placing the hands on the thighs, and then lift up from the knees, and we'll take camel pose, putting your hands behind you like you're putting them in the back pocket of your jeans, and just opening the heart, pulling the heart forward, squeezing the elbows together, and letting the head go back. And then slowly sit back down, place the palms on the thighs and let the spine be nice and long. And really deepen the breath and ground back down. Maybe even close your eyes. And then we'll come into our next round of camel. Again, putting your hands into your back pockets, lifting through the heart, and either stay there or experiment with bringing the hands onto the heels, making sure to listen to your body about what feels good. You should not feel any pinching or any pain. And make sure to keep your glutes engaged this whole time for support. Come out nice and slow. Sit back down on the heels, placing the hands down on the thighs to reground and recenter as we prepare for our last round. So coming back into it, either that first version or second version, a good cue for what version is good is where your breath is still nice and steady. And whenever you see your breath compromise, that's a sign to come out of a pose. So we'll sit back down on the heels for this last little break. Again, sitting nice and tall, slight tuck of the chin to lengthen the spine. Palms down on the thighs, tuning inwards. Stretch the hands forward and come down into tabletop, and then transition into our lizard lunge. So bringing the left foot forward, bending the knee and placing the heel under the knee, and making sure the back foot is nice and straight behind you. You can come onto the forearms or stay up on the hands and just continue to breathe here, energetically keeping the knee in close to really deepen the stretch, and trying to keep your spine long, keeping your abdominal muscles engaged. And then keep the right hand down and lift the left arm up to the sky for a twist. Option to take a half bind by bending at the elbow and bringing the hand behind the back. Then go ahead and release the hand. Come back through tabletop and take a little rest in child's pose. Knees wide, toes together, spine nice and long, arms reaching forward. Coming back to the breath, still in and out through the nose. And then from here, we'll take this on the other side, bringing the right leg forward, bending the knee, keeping the heel under your knee. And again, you can stay up on the palms or come down onto the forearms, whatever feels good. And keep energetically squeezing the knee in towards the body. And wherever you go, try to keep the spine long and the shoulders down. And keep your belly engaged and your chin slightly tucked. And keep breathing. And we'll go into our twist, planting the left hand down, lifting the right arm up to the sky. And again, option for that half bind behind the back. Keeping the gaze lifted, really finding a nice opening sensation here. Then release both hands and come into child's pose with the knees together and the arms long by the side, palms facing up. In this second variation, really feeling the support of your legs underneath you and the support of the ground underneath the body. Come back through child's pose for a few rounds of cat-cows, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze, then rolling through the spine, tucking the chin. Taking this movement at your own pace, trying to develop a conversation with your body, to really listen to what your body is telling you. And when you feel ready, roll onto the back, hug the knees into the chest, take a gentle rock side to side. And we'll come into pigeon on our back or figure 4. Bend the left leg and then bend the right leg, placing the right ankle right on top of the left knee, and interlace the fingers behind your thigh. You can also take a normal pigeon on your front in a more prone position, but if you have low back pain, it might be a good idea to first take this on your back. And you can always pause the video and do both versions, the figure 4 pigeon on your back and the one laying down. And when you're on your back, keep both feet flexed. Really pull your thigh towards you and use your elbow to help keep your right knee open. And keep the breath steady, breathing in and out through your nose. And then release the legs, hugging them both into the chest, gentle rock side to side, and we'll take this on the other side. So bend the right knee into the chest, and then take the left ankle on top of the right knee, interlace the fingers behind the right thigh, and pull it in towards you as you use your left elbow to help keep the knee open. And just keep deepening the breath. Slight tuck of the chin so that the spine is nice and long. Letting yourself really melt into the ground here. And then release, hugging both knees into the chest. Keep the right leg held in, let the left go long. And on an exhale, bring the right knee over the body for a spinal twist. And let the gaze go over the opposite shoulder. Trying to keep the shoulders rooted into the ground and just bringing the knee across the body as far as is comfortable. It does not have to touch the ground. Then inhale, come back through center. Keep the left leg in, the right long, and exhale the left leg across the body, bringing the gaze over the opposite shoulder. Again, working to keep both shoulders on the ground. And just letting the twist go as deep as feels good. Really letting gravity do the work. Then inhale back to center, hug both legs in, and then extend the legs up to the sky for a little waterfall hold. This is a great way to start calming the nervous system, good to do before bed. Just letting the legs float in the sky, letting the arms go long by the side, and then bring them down. Give yourself one final hug, really squeezing in before you exhale and release into Shavasana. Palms long by the side, feet about mat's distance apart, slight tuck of the chin to lengthen the spine, and just be here, letting go, letting yourself deepen, and just be. You are enough, exactly as you are, exactly who you are, without even needing to try. Let yourself accept all the benefits of your practice, and hug the knees into the chest. Move gently into the fetal position, offering this chance of rebirth, knowing you can get off your mat and decide to be who you want to be. Then come up into a seat, legs crossed, sitting nice and tall. Sweep the arms up overhead, then bring the palms together, giving gratitude for our practice, ourselves, and our community. Thank you so much. Bye.